It might not be easy watching couples go and come, being invited to dates and seeing your friends occupied with their partners and spouses. Even at your place of work, you are not spared with the incessant and animated chatting of your colleagues when they arrive in the morning and at the end of the day's work because they cannot wait to go home and meet that special person. Everywhere you turn to, be it on social media or TV, there's love in the air. When you go home to visit your parents, all they are interested in is when you are bringing that person, and you cannot help but admire the kind of relationship they have, bantering and jesting like young lovebirds. So you keep wondering, when will I ever meet the right person? Or perhaps you are beginning to lose faith in love, thinking it will never happen to you. You might have even told some people that you are not interested and marriage is probably not the way for you. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and have some honest, straight, heart-to-heart talk. No matter how indifferent you claim to be, you will agree with me that everybody wants to be loved, everybody wants to feel special and know they are valued by someone. Okay, your parents make you feel that way, but that is not the kind of love we're talking about. This is the romantic feeling that binds you to another person, someone who you can share the rest of your life with, knowing that they will cherish you and vice versa. Getting into a relationship is not that much of a big deal, as anybody can do that. Our modern world is, after all, filled with such kinds of relationships that are formed within minutes of meeting each other, whether physically or digitally. But then, there are no awards or rewards for the fastest relationships entered. Rather, everybody looks forward to having a long-lasting relationship, full of joy and peace. And this is exactly what you should look forward to. Do not get carried away by the things or people around you. Do not let anyone pressure you into a relationship prematurely or with the wrong person either. If you have not compromised up to this point, then you should be able to endure a little longer, because God is only preparing the best for the last. Everything about your life is important to God. Matthew chapter 10 verse 30 says that even the very hairs on our heads are numbered. And 1 Corinthians chapter 6 from verse 15 to 16 also says that, "Do you not know that your bodies are members of Christ? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them members of a harlot? Certainly not. Or do you not know that he who is joined to a harlot is one body with her? For the two," he says, "shall become one flesh." We can see from the above scriptures that your life matters to God not only because of His love for you, but also because you are His temple. And if you are His temple, He would not allow you to become joined to just anyone, knowing that you become one with whomever you end up with. He will bless your life with someone who will love you unconditionally and make your wait worth it. Just hold on a little longer. While you wait for the day you have someone you can call your own, there are other things you should be doing as well. Work progressively on your relationship with God. Ultimately, our relationship with God matters a lot and determines the success of the sojourn here on earth. Anything that would derail or bridge our walk with God should be avoided, even relationships, and especially romantic ones. Relationships require effort, commitment, focus, and time, and for some people, their entry into a relationship or marriage marks the end or gradual decline of the bond they share with God. They no longer have time to study, pray, or do the things they used to. But this should not be so. That is the reason you need to work on building your relationship with God. The stronger it is now, the more difficult it becomes for anyone to break it, not even your spouse. Besides, God Himself would choose for you and give you someone that will strengthen and encourage your walk with Him rather than become a distraction. Together, you can fellowship and serve God, fulfilling His mandate here on earth. Develop yourself. Seek to develop yourself in all areas. Keep gathering knowledge that will help you grow and give you an edge out there. Become a skilled person, learn a trade, and go out for seminars, improve your vocabulary, and get out of your comfort zone. Just do whatever it takes to become a better version of you. There is so much hidden inside you, talents that should be put to good use. There are no limits to what a man can become. You attract who you are. Imagine the kind of man or woman you want to have in your life. Do you think at your level you are fit to stand by them? Do not become lost in a fantasy hoping you will meet Prince Charming or a fairy godmother and your life would suddenly become changed. Become the kind of person you want to attract. Be ready. Be ready. That is the Boy Scout code, an attitude you should adopt for everything in your life. If indeed you want a loving spouse, you should be prepared to accommodate them into your life. You do not want to meet the person unprepared. You might ask, ready in what sense? Ready in every way, including emotionally, financially, spiritually, and physically. These are things you should work on in preparation for the person God is bringing to you. Your mindset should begin to move towards accommodating the other person. Become occupied with purpose. Many put the cart before the horse rather than the other way around. As much as God intends for us to spend life together with someone, He did institute marriage after all. His purpose and assignment for our lives are paramount to Him. You see, when you become occupied with God's purpose for your life, all other things fall in place. You do not have to stress yourself before it comes. Adam was busy with his business of tending and nurturing when God presented him with Eve. He did not ask God or pray concerning it. He was busy doing what God assigned him to do, and God saw the need of a companion for him. Continue in the path God has designed for you. Do not get tired of your services to God and mankind. In due season, the Lord will reward you and grant you your heart's desire. Be patient. You cannot force God to do something for you or try to hasten Him. He has a time set out for everything and He knows when you need a spouse. Do not compare yourself to friends and people around, neither should you let pressures of societal or family expectations push you into moving out of God's timeline. In due season, you will get your reward and your life will be blessed with a loving and faithful spouse. The favor of the Lord will be upon you such that you do not make the wrong choice or end up in the relationship. Patience is a virtue that will help you avoid making costly mistakes and ensure you get the reward. God is faithful and always comes through in all situations. If He has promised, then He is going to fulfill it. He never fails, never has, and never will. He promised in His word that none would lack a mate. In other words, He has prepared someone for you out there, the perfect and complete package. Remember James chapter 1 verse 17, which tells us that all good and perfect gifts come from God, and that includes the perfect spouse for you. God is your Father, and like any loving parent, would not settle for less or watch you make a wrong choice without stepping in to save you. He loves us more than we love ourselves and desires that we have the best of life and everything. The person you end up marrying has a huge role to play in your life and destiny. God will bring someone into your life that will help you reach your destination. Kings match their children with other princes and princesses and not with a nobody. In the same way, God will match you with someone befitting. Play your part well and let God play His part. Keep trusting Him. As long as you are in the will of God, He will direct your steps and lead you in the right way. God will surely bless you with a spouse that only a few dare dream of. Just wait for it.